So last week brought some pretty major news into the coaster community. It was announced that Gerstlauer would be bringing a record-breaking roller coaster to the United States, set to debut in May of 2022. So let's talk about what this could be and where it might go. First things first, let's go through the press release. Gerstlauer Amusement Rides, GmbH, a proud partner of Ride Entertainment, has signed an agreement to manufacture a new record-breaking roller coaster for a yet-to-be-named client in the United States. The attraction, which is scheduled to open in May of 2022, will be formally announced within the next few months. Working with Gerstlauer over 25 years, I am astounded by their creativity and ability to innovate no matter what the project is, said Ed Hiller, CEO of Ride Entertainment. It is no different with the custom layout and challenging location for this coaster, which is sure to become a showcase attraction known to the world. Ride Entertainment's world-renowned installing team will also be installing this record-breaking roller coaster for the customer. This will certainly be one of the most formidable installations we have faced, added Hiller. As this coaster will showcase the incredible talents of Gerstlauer, we believe the same will hold true for the installation and our installation team, which is considered the best in the industry. So my biggest takeaways from this are the unannounced park, as well as how they describe the installation as a custom layout and a challenging location, along with describing it as one of the most formidable installations they have faced. Now Gerstlauer is known mainly for their infinity coasters, which typically feature a beyond vertical drop, plenty of inversions, and occasional launches. Their most recent record breaker was TMNT Shellraiser at Nickelodeon Universe in American Dream Mall, with the world's steepest drop. Now, the only two records I can really see the company chasing are the inversion record, which they own in the form of the Smiler at Alton Towers, or the steepest drop. If the record is the steepest drop, it would need to top the 121.5 degree drop of Shellraiser, which really isn't too much of a challenge for a company. They could just drop it another half degree, like they did when they broke it from Takabisha to Shellraiser. Now, the much more interesting record would be that inversion number. Now, the US record is held by Steel Curtain at Kennywood with 9, while the Smiler has 14 for the world record. Now, the Smiler isn't a sprawling layout, but instead it tangles around itself with 2 lift hills, which opens up more options to what kind of park could add this coaster. It doesn't exactly need a ton of space. The other big takeaway was the mention of challenging locations and a formidable installation. I take this as it could be a coaster built either over water or on uneven ground surrounded by trees, something that makes this location truly a planning issue. Now, I thought about rides at a park like Six Flags Fiesta Texas that incorporate the quarry wall that surround the park, but that park itself isn't exactly a great fit. I think 2 big chain park possibilities would come out of Cedar Fair, with Cedar Point or King's Dominion. Now, Cedar Point is due in the next couple years for a new coaster by their standards. Not to mention, if any park is known for smashing records, it's Cedar Point. What if the park wants to replace Iron Dragon over the water in the middle of the park, and instead of adding a tame family replacement, they roll out the new inversion king of the United States? It's not too far-fetched, as Cedar Fair added hang time to knots in 2018, and those arrow suspended coasters seem to be a dying model. For King's Dominion, it's a similar guess. Anaconda is an aging looper over the lake, and its popularity isn't that high. Now, a sprawling Gerstlauer to replace it with a smooth and much more modern take on a looping coaster sounds like a great fit. While a vertical drop could be seen similar to Busch Gardens' Griffin, I'm sure the chain wants the park to keep up with Pantheon's edition, even if they have a modern looper and Dominator. My only issue is I doubt the park removes another roller coaster before adding something else major. They've already taken out Volcano, so I think it'd be more likely to go in that spot, but it's not exactly a challenging installation. As for other possible locations, I would completely rule out Six Flags because they don't really work with Gerstlauer since the new Texas Giant accident and following lawsuits. Not to mention, it was already announced the target opening date is May, which would kind of be shocking for any Six Flags project to open that early. Their coasters tend to be pushed towards summer and just later openings overall. As for other chains, I think SeaWorld is taking a year plus to regroup after their spending spree and the pandemic money issues that came from it, but maybe Hershey bring this in, either Silver Dollar City or the newly acquired Kentucky Kingdom. Kentucky Kingdom seems like a pretty good fit, and its challenge would be fitting a coaster of this magnitude in its minimal space they have for new attractions, so maybe this could be an extremely compact layout that really twists around itself. Now, Silver Dollar City is known to be located around hilly terrain and dense forest, so that could be plenty to deal with in the planning stage for a challenging installation. Now, Hershend is certainly not afraid to open their wallets either way, and with their new acquisitions of Kentucky Kingdom, it seems that they aren't as strapped for money as some of the larger chains are at the moment. Another park that just came off the top of my head is Holiday World, which seems like a good fit lineup-wise, but it's kind of hard to see any real challenge in this installation. But the park hasn't added a coaster since Thunderbird in 2015, so it could be a nice addition to a lineup that just needs more quantity of roller coaster. Now, overall, I think it's too hard to pick a spot for this ride yet, and since its opening slate is so soon, I think we can expect to find out where this is going to go within 4 months or so. That's typically the timeline for these kind of announcements, and not to mention the press release said they're going to announce in the coming months, and we haven't really seen any substantial construction begin in any of these parks that would point towards a major addition coming next year. So where do you think this new record breaker will be ending up? Now, do you think it has a chance to be a top tier coaster? And what park's lineup do you think really needs a large scale Gerstlauer the most? Now, for more videos, feel free to check out the channel for other prediction videos and such, or for more daily content, hop on over to Island Coasters on Instagram. Now, till next week, that's all from the shores of Island Coasters.